Many Detroit schools are failing our students, and to me that's totally unacceptable. That's why I'm introducing legislation to reorganize all the failing schools in the city of Detroit into smaller buildings and smaller classrooms. This way we're going to be better able to educate a child by focusing on their own individual needs and interests. My bills will also provide that each student get an advisor that will guide and nurture that student just like a family member throughout their high school career. We need to be able to focus on the individual needs of the student, but yet educate all students so that they're prepared to go to college. Because right now the jobs that are required in the global marketplace require some degree of college. In order for our students, though, to be prepared to go to college, in my opinion, they've got to stay in school much longer. That's why my bills will urge the Detroit School District to extend the school day, lengthen the school year, and definitely shorten the vacation time. You know, there are too many students that are dropping out of school. We need to encourage our students to stay in school. I believe if we provide the financial incentives to reward students to study hard, get good grades, and graduate, they'll do so. My bills will provide financial incentives to reward students like this. These financial incentives have been developed by a Harvard economist who has used them in other schools, and they've been successful. And I believe that these incentives can help encourage students to stay in school, do well, graduate, and go to college. Likewise, I want to provide financial incentives for teachers to do an even better job. We've got great teachers. Being a school teacher is one of the most important things anyone can do here in our society, and I believe we need to pay good teachers even more to reward them for the value that they provide for our students and for our community. I will be providing financial incentives to teachers who best educate our students. Also, you know, this is my personal opinion, but I believe many of our young students don't have respect for people. That's why I'm requiring that morals be taught in the classroom so that students learn how to respect themselves and respect others. Also, I believe that the school building is more than just a group of classrooms to educate students. I believe that school building can be the center of the community. That's why my bills will urge the Detroit School District to partner with other governmental agencies, businesses, and nonprofits to provide services not just to the students, but to everyone in the neighborhood, like job training programs for the adults, for the parents of the students that may not even know how to read themselves. I want them to be able to go to the same school that their child attends, maybe after school, to get the job training that they need to get hired into a good job. That way I believe we can help promote a culture of education that many times is lacking in our homes, and that'll help the parent encourage the child to even do better in school. I also believe that these school buildings can provide after-school tutoring programs and also provide recreation services that many of our young people aren't getting right now, since many of their city-run rec centers have been closed or their hours have been shortened. I also believe that these school buildings can be open to provide health care services for everyone in the neighborhood. That school building can be an anchor, therefore, for the entire neighborhood, keeping and attracting families back to the neighborhood, and I think revitalizing the city of Detroit. Now, all these plans will cost money, but fortunately, we do have federal stimulus dollars available, and I will be asking the Detroit School District and the state of Michigan to allocate millions of dollars to help reorganize failing school buildings into good schools and good classrooms. You know, it's appalling to me that out of every 10 African American students in Detroit schools, only 2 of them graduate. We've got to change this. We've got to change it now. We can't afford to lose another generation of students. That's why my bills require all these failing schools to be reorganized this year, so that when school starts in September, we'll have brand new school buildings, brand new classrooms, smaller classrooms that are designed to truly educate every child so that they can make a great contribution to our city and our state. Thank you very much.